Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I had enough stress to prepare that short, 10 minutes to explain about 8 years experience of the Finnish language, and now extra stress. But anyhow, I hope with your patience, I can recover it quickly and save the time. So, everybody hearing me well? Are
Yes.
you? Okay, great. Now, my name is Arslan Bassam. By the way, I read from the paper because I don't have time to remember from here and there, so I wrote some points. My name is Bassam Arslan. I am, might be, you can say, like multinational or multicultural person, because I recently, by the way, I have only one nationality. Even I born in Syria, my father born in Palestine, my grandfather born in Circassia, which is part of old Russia. In 18th century, it called Circassia, which is now Sochi, which is in the border of Georgia. And my twin daughters born in Dubai, and we lived 15 years in Dubai. And the last daughter born in Vantaa. And even though we don't have any nationality, not Syrian, not Palestinian, not Russian, except one nationality, which is now Finnish nationality. Yes. I have a Bachelor of Commerce degree from Damascus University, and where I lived 25 years in Syria. And I have many MBA from Hanken and SSA education, executive education in Helsinki. I worked more than 15 years in Emirates as a credit manager for one of the biggest IT companies, and chief accountant for Paris Sorbonne University in the branch of Paris University in Abu Dhabi. In Finland, I worked with different projects in relation to integration and immigrant services. And currently, I'm working with the city of Vantaa as a full-time job in Neuvoa Vantaa program. I'm living in Finland, Vantaa city, since almost 7 years. Now, let's go back to my story in learning language, and specifically in informal language learning experience. Of course, as other new immigrants, I had to meet with the labor office expert to create together a future plan, or let's say an integration plan. Then I went through official Finnish course, which was almost 1 academic year. And as I remember, we had a wonderful teacher. Her name was Teya, but the course for me was boring, or let me say it was not an interesting thing to do at that time. Nevertheless, during that course, I was continuously searching for a job in something related to my career, in case if I can find an international company. Also, I was participating and jumping from project to project, from workshop to workshop, in many different seminars, many different events in relation to know what's going on in Finland. And mainly these events were led me by universities like Aalto, Haga Helia, and Hanken University, etc. And in the last month of that formal language course with that wonderful teacher, Teya, I had the chance to apply to Hanken and SSA for highly educated immigrants, where it was the first batch in that time. And it was in English, of course. And the idea was to get the chance to join an international companies. But unfortunately, my friend from labor office did not accept to join that course, which was for 6 months almost, for 2-3 days a week. And for him, the reason to reject was basically as per the Bible of what he's following in labor office, that I have to learn only Finnish language to prepare myself to join a labor market. However, it's too long story, so I don't want to go in deep details in that. But the challenges started from there, where I got like fined because I did not listen to him, and I went by my own to join that to continue that Hanken project. Then where I can understand also that it's not easy to labor office experts to design an integration plan to every individual immigrants, which should match with the immigrant's education and career path, and of course his age and capacity, and many other factors. And at the same way, it's not easy at all that all immigrants would be also benefited from one unified plan. For example, in my Finnish course, in that school, we had some students were 18 years old and some others 15 years old. Some of them, they have master degree. Some others, they did not even continue the elementary school in their home countries. Some of them they love the school and the education environment, whilst for some others they were feeling that they are in the jail. They don't like to be in school. They just want to work. By the way, am I driving fast or is it okay? Can you hear me?
We hear you fine.
Okay, good. Going back to the language, I don't know how many of the audience aware how easy Finnish language is, especially as a grammar, especially as a grammar, pronunciation, and constructioning of the sentences, and how many grammar exceptions that we have here. I will give you like a quick example I'll give you an example how easy it is. For example, now in Finland, we have like the big capital is Helsinki, which is consists of Vantaa, Helsinki, and Espoo. So if I want to say, I am living in Helsinki, so easily I will say, I am Minä asun, live Helsingissä. So SSA is a party or suffix. That means I'm living in Helsinki. And if I want to say I'm living in Espoo, I will say Minä asun Espoossa. Espoo plus SSA, which is in Espoo. But if I want to say I'm living in Vantaa, so I have to say Minä asun Vantaalla. So now I spent 7 years asking everybody, why Vantaalla, not Vantaassa, like Espoossa, Helsingissä? Nobody have the answer. So the difficulty of the language might be also that the challenging part of my story. But the good part also that the Finnish people are so kind and they have a positive and supportive attitude, specifically when it comes to encouraging newcomers to use their language. So they are always encouraging to speak Finnish language, even if you made hundreds of mistakes in grammar or if you have bad pronunciation or accent. They will be always welcoming and extremely patient and kind, trying to understand what you are trying to say in your funny broken language. And they will never make fun of you, and also they will never give any non-respect indications. Now again, to go back to informal ways of learning languages. In Finland, we have something called like Selkosuomi programs. Selkosuomi, we might translate it in English, that clear and simple Finnish language. And it's used in Ole channels. So the beauty of that program, you can have everyday local and worldwide brief news in like Selkosuomi, like simple Finnish, where in the video you can hear the news and see the subtitle, and at the same time in slow speed. As well, you can also expedite the speed. Also, you can read the text and listen at the same time, where there's a fantastic highlighting for every pronounced word in the text itself, word by word, like very nice. And recently there is a few new features where the system will translate also every and each new difficult word. It's like something really amazing. And the length of that news, not more than 10 to 15 minutes, which means that if you use that application, which you can use it also by the phone, every day, like within 3 to 6 months, you will improve your reading and listening skills. The other way also, reading books and stories, especially for kids, because the kids books is very, very simple and very full of photos and not that complicated language. Especially it's popular in Finland, that Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck stories. It helped me a lot. The third one, also watching English movies and with Finnish subtitles. It will expedite also the processing of reading quickly and understanding what they're coming on. Also, watching Finnish programs, it helps a lot. By the way, until now, within 7 years, I don't have any receiver, any channels in Arabic language or other languages. I have only Finnish normal lines, which has helped me a lot to improve my language. And if I want to see any news in Arabic, I can go to YouTube or to websites. By the way, until now, also there's another way for learning, which is Finnish songs in YouTube with the subtitles, especially like slow romantic songs, which is also will help you to add a lot of phrases and terminologies. Also in Vantaa library, they have started as well since long time back an application called Lango. That application also will help you to find or to get in connect with some other speakers from other countries who is interested to chat in Finnish language. So it's very useful and nice application. Also, when we are talking about libraries, we have also a library, something called e-kirjasto, like e-library, electronic library, e-books or e-courses. Electronic courses was also in the library. We have something called Kieli Kahvila, which is a language cafe tables. So they have some programs like 2 days a week. You have tables. I don't know, maybe it's famous everywhere. You can put your flag or you sign that I'm speaking Arabic, somebody speaking Spanish, so we can sit together and speak Finnish language with other Finnish person as well. Then we have also good things. Also, you can do some trainings like we have Kieli Harjoittelu, like language training. You can find some places to speak in English language anywhere you find. And the most important point also, which helped me a lot, voluntary working. Like where I done it several times in something called here Vantaa, which is like elderly age or elderly clinic for elderly people, where I have enjoyed working there, and I found it's the best place to use the language, where all people are very nice, and they will be more than happy to encourage you to speak with them without embarrassment and without shyness. And last tool, now hopefully I have some time to say about the last tool. For me, it was networking. Networking is really very vital tool to improve the language. Not only that, but also to get more opportunities to get a job, and it will be much faster than following normal job search process. Networking, for example, with our neighbors, with the society, with anybody, you can make some networking. Networking for me enabled me to help many friends also to find internship places. As example, I have referred many people to that elderly care center, which I have a very excellent relation with them, and some of them they found job after that internship, because they have like here in Finland you have to have like vocational school for everything, any job you have to do. So they have also that certificate. Then they have that training. Then they easily found job. By the way, also networking was the reason to me to be also this is now I remember to be like a superstar also in Finnish TV, where it was just one year after I came to Finland. It was in Aamu TV in Helsinki, where they wanted to explain about new ways to models for the integration methodologies for highly educated immigrants, where Hanken, where I have done the mini MBA there, Hanken and SSA was leading and pioneering that new track. However, one day in the coffee break time between classes, I was chatting with the project manager, and then she shocked me by saying that, Bassam, are you brave enough to go to Aamu TV to speak about this program? So maybe like, she asked like 35 colleagues of the same program, and they were all smart and wise to say no. But I said, let me try, why not? So then she jumped and she said, oh, Ihana, that meaning great. And by the way, at that time, I knew just to say, my name is Bassam, I born in Syria, blah, 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 like few sentences. So, but then I was like brave or crazy enough to go. And then, of course, I shifted to English to continue the story. As well, network helped me to get my first paid job with Aalto University. and then a part-time job with one of the oldest and like most famous NGOs, which is called Hakulina Kansa Edustus, like Hakulina International NGO, and which is located in Vantaa. And finally, network helped me to get my full-time job with City of Vantaa, where I am now. And who knows, maybe in the future it will help me to be on also somewhere else. Now, this is a full story of mine. Thank you very much for listening. And sorry if my story was messy and not organized, but really it's so difficult to arrange that all these things within 10 minutes. I think I crossed the 10 minutes. Anyhow, it was a nice experience and a pleasure to be with you all today. And of course, gratitude goes to Henrik to give me this opportunity. And last point, I don't know if it's possible also to share with me the full seminar when you finished, and also if it's possible to exchange the contacts where you can also make some future networking. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was excellent.